What is going on, traders? Today is 25th of January, and today we are going to be taking a quick look at Ethereum. We went for new all-time highs in the night hours, right? Yep, amazing piece of price action. As discussed on the previous videos, taking everything step by step, we did reaccumulate on the 1215 regions, and we did make our way through 1300s and then all the way to 1455. Topping out, clearing the entire previous distribution zones here at 1450, and most likely proceeding to the next all-time highs in the coming trading sessions. I'm going to be starting off at the daily. Now there could be potential divergences building across the market as we go up, but you should not really look at the markets like this. When a trend is going to the upside, you would want to find out various things that are going to be concluding towards the same bias, the same bullish bias, and then you've got to be looking at the price action having the follow through in the same direction. You can't just sit around and just wait for a top to pop up and formulate itself in front of you and give you the perfect short entry so that it goes to zero right in your favor. No, it's a bull trend. It's not going to happen. It's not going to go down. It's not going to so just take out the bear inside your brains basically and just trade with a bullish bias for today as well. Well, not exactly today, because we could be formulating some weakness around these zones, as we have actually every single time Ethereum has been piercing through the highs since the past month, like this one, and this one. We have rejected those levels quite significantly. Well, I think this is just an assumption right here, but yeah, most of the price actions have been rejecting the new all-time highs, and they have been like teleporting down to the downside about 30% every single time to gather a few to come to a few liquid points to actually make its way up. I think this could be the case for this run as well, but of course we cannot proceed, we cannot take our short positions, or we cannot have bearish biases before we have any kind of confirmation in higher time frames. So let's simply jump onto the 12-hour. Now, of course, you have potential bearish divergence in formulation here. We got 3-point bearish divergence, in fact. This one, and this one. Let me just zoom into the RSI. In fact, yes, you do have a potential trend line coming up here. And most likely the relative strength index is going to test the 64 levels, 65 levels on these areas. And if we are able to take that zone, if we are able to take the 65 levels, we could head high all the way up back to 80, 85, 90s, where things start to get really crazy, and well, the trend just keeps on going to the upside. Then we can talk about targets around 2000, 2500, 2800 and 3000. We'll get there soon. Let me just take a look at the stochastic indicators as well. Yet again formulating a similar kind of trend line here, just as the relative strength index. So we do have a few point of contacts which are actually in confluence with the price action as well, coming off at the 1500 zone. So basically the entire point being, be really cautious at the 1500 zones. This could be a potential reversal point, could be a further continuation to the upside if we actually are able to if we are able to get past, if we are able to blow past 1500. Of course, the train would not stop on these levels at any cost. It's gonna get reaccumulated here probably, and then probably head out to 2000, 2200 and further beyond. But we're gonna take things step by step. Nothing goes to the moon overnight, and Ethereum will also not go to the moon overnight. Well, if I actually talk about the Fibonacci targets and price discovery behavior, yeah, the 1.272 is at 1800, 1.618 is at 2276. We're going to be taking a look at 4.618, 1.618 and 3.414 as well. Those targets are quite high. They are at first 2.618 is at 3634, 3.141 is at approximately $5,000. Now that's a far off distant memory for the time being, because as I said, it won't move in one single day, right? It's just going to reaccumulate itself here. Buyers are going to step in on these levels and probably push the prices higher. Okay, on the downside now, let's assume that this was all a trap. This was all potential distribution. So where could we come back to? The first target, if we potentially formulate a bearish pin bar of the tops here, we could be coming back down to 1260 zones, and then we can probably find out if a market is actually interested to take the prices higher from those levels, and then decide to eventually head further up or further down. So this is the kind of channel that we are that we are inside, pretty much stuck, not breaking out from the range, not breaking out below the range, and probably these kind of ranging behaviors, they do resolve themselves to the upside ultimately. But of course you got to be cautious, because we are flirting with the all-time highs, and of course whenever a lot of sellers are going to be stepping into the market, the price action is going to behave like, yeah, bleeding to the downside all the time. So be cautious about that. Can be determined from the small time frames going to the hourly. Do we have any bearish divergence formulating here? No. Stochastics are also maintaining the bullish control zones. Yeah, so everything is absolutely fine here until we are actually trending above the 21 simple moving average on the hourly. In fact, it's just funny how you would want to take hourly into considerations for your trading. But if you're talking intraday, yeah, certainly you could be looking for longs around the 21 simple, which is 1376 most likely, and then you could in the coming evening session you could actually attempt another breakout to the upside onto 1500 levels. Well, let's see what price action does in the coming hours. It's going to be pretty interesting to watch Ethereum today, because we had a weekly close, a pretty significant weekly close. The highest weekly close ever for Ethereum. It's at 1387. The all-time high weekly close was at 1348. So yeah, we have officially it's officially altcoin season. Dump all of your bitcoins into Ethereum and Link and whatnot, and just close your eyes and watch them moon. I think Ethereum breaking all-time high. Bitcoin broke its all-time high, went 110% to the upside from those levels. If we take the same major move and try to see where 110%, it's at 28. Well, if Ethereum is actually about to replicate what Bitcoin did, we're going to be heading on to 28. That's going to be your ultimate bullish targets. Alright, don't get chopped out in these zones, don't get stopped out in these zones. The trend is bullish, your buyer should be bullish. Don't think like a bear, focus on being a bull. Alright, I think that's pretty much it for today's analysis, and I hope to catch you guys on the next one, probably this evening. The next video is going to be coming out this evening only. We're going to be talking about Chainlink. Right? Okay, that's been it. Bye for now.